Hi, I'm Brendan Fehr.
And I'm Majandra Delfino. A decade or two ago,
Closer to 3, really.
a while back, we starred in the cult hit WB show Roswell.
And while we are in fact ex-co-stars, we are also actual exes. In real life.
Boyfriend and girlfriend exes.
Unnecessary clarification. But welcome to the X-Files, where we analyze all things Roswell. Episodes, co-stars, guest stars, and all the goings-on in front of the camera and behind the scenes.
In our probe, we may or may not agree, we may or may not get along, but if our history is any indication, we will most certainly dig up old stuff from the past and throw down. With guests, old and new, weighing in on who was right and who was wrong.
Oh, if we remember it, we're going to talk about it.
And if we don't remember, it's all good, because I kept my teenage diary to cross-reference, corroborate, confirm.
Wait, what?
Correct. So be prepared to pick a side.
Your actual diary, like, for real.
Having a change of heart?
More like a change of underwear.
Welcome
to the X-Files. Well, hello. Oh. Wow.
The minute
Okay.
it's recording, suddenly you're just so low energy.
What are you?
You
I am
became
low energy.
Lou. You became Lou. Hello.
Hello. Summertime.
I really would go into here. You know what I mean?
What a fucking day.
What happened today?
Well, I think everyone feels this. So I don't think I have some lock on this.
What do they feel?
No, but I don't have, as a parent, we've all heard it and it's all that stuff. But like,
look, I don't have love for my kids.
I don't want them anymore.
I don't love these. It hasn't kicked in. It happens instantly for the mother, and they say to wait as the father.
I have been. There's no time in between shit. Like you literally go from one thing to another. Like there's no rest in between, from work in the morning to slamming. Like I am cutting everything to within like minutes, like not even minutes, right? Like everything is like, there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no cushion of like half hour. It's literally, I have 5 minutes to get to this fucking place.
Right. Yeah.
Including this. Rush in, last minute, kind of just.
Your fourth child. Your fourth daughter.
Okay, so beyond all of no one wants to hear about our daily routine and troubles and
our children.
Bullshit. So, okay, speaking of problems, we have one. I have one for sure.
But a bitch ain't one.
And it's no, yeah. And you're 99 of them.
Yeah.
We're okay. I gotta open the page. We're doing Riverdog. So I watched Riverdog last night. And
unemployed actor.
We have contended. I'm gonna draw you into this. I'm gonna pull you in. We have contended for years, and very recently, that 285 South is our favorite episode.
Correct.
And that is still true.
Sorry, I brought the mic closer.
I heard and saw.
We all suffered. Just lost like 2 years off my life. Go ahead.
And I go to watch it, Riverdog, and went, oh.
Continuation.
This is a continuation of a episode. And then went and looked up the episode, and it was 285 South, my favorite one.
Yeah.
Our favorite one. And I went, holy shit.
Toughy on my side. I thought this goes to show how deep the denial goes.
Okay.
Of one's own ignorance. I saw what I was wearing, which is very distinct. It's like that Canadian tuxedo with a pink shirt, like I just really remember it. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, oh, didn't know I brought that outfit back.
Oh,
Still didn't want to believe it was a continuation. And then I saw the rat, and then I remembered. Oh, that's right. Continuation.
don't talk about Nick that way.
That motherfucking rat. And like, what would he rat us out about?
I don't know.
Or it's Topolsky. That's like
The plant, the rat.
Exactly. I'm so in character. That
So
fucking rat.
our favorite episode.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this on the record.
You want to get the chicken swallowed before you? There's just people out there, Brenton.
I don't have chicken in my mouth anymore.
I would love if you just pretended that there was never chicken as a part of this situation.
I'm not eating chicken. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know I don't eat poultry.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah. Well, fucking. I love chicken.
I
love
an
my
allergy,
chickens. Yeah.
So I don't eat them.
No. Full disclosure on the record.
I'm eating chicken.
I'm eating chicken. 285.
The way that these episodes. Because you know the Amy one, you're like, I got a sick chicken.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all, I mean, we all
and now you're eating the chicken. Like
I'm eating the chicken that was sick,
like
by the way.
chicken's journey was... Okay, go ahead.
Fill in the blanks. No. So,
full disclosure.
Yeah, full disclosure on the record. 285 South is our favorite episode.
Yeah.
Okay. We both did not know it was a two-parter.
You know...
That's a high-pitched lie.
Is it? Just retire. No, I was going to say that I do remember being in that outfit, you know? Again, on stage.
But if
versus...
someone asked you on a panel...
Never. You know what I would have said?
We don't know anything about this show.
Can I just tell you something?
Yes, please.
This is a real full disclosure. I watched this in the daytime, okay? So I'm not tired. I can't say anything. I have no excuses. I watched this entire thing and still didn't know. I had to look at the book.
Yeah.
No, but like I was in the outfit. Like it's really sad. Like I had so many things. You kind of are always in like the muted whatever. It could have been a different episode, but like
right.
I had to look like do this pages to go like what was the episode before it, and then just 285 South.
I don't think we're not qualified to do this podcast first and foremost.
It's a Roswell rewatch with a twist, you know?
Yeah, the twist is the hosts don't know shit about.
By the way, that's
Roswell.
the least twisty thing everyone knows. But your ding dongs.
I mean,
but definitely, if you're coming here for some real deep knowledge of what it was like to shoot every day 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So sorry.
But this is sad. That made me, I don't know what it made me rethink, but I rethought things. So I got into my notes.
Mm-hmm.
My trusty legal pad. Let's break it down like we do. We have Riverdog, Part 2. No, that's what it says.
Roswell.
In Crash Into Me, The World of Roswell by Robin Burnett. Written by holy
Brendan,
shit.
You're absolutely right. It does say Part 2.
Yes. I'm not lying. It's written by Cheryl Kane.
We are not.
No recollection. I mean, I don't. Fuck. That's awful. Directed by Jonathan Frakes.
Mm-hmm.
The guest cast, obviously number one on the call sheet of the guest cast, is Riverdog, Ned Romero.
Mm-hmm.
Frickin' Eddie.
Oh, boy.
Todd Thawley.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Julie Benz, Topolsky.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Horse is in this one. Mary Ellen Trainor. Fuck, I saw her face lit up.
Oh, me too.
And Richard Schiff, who we got. The fact that we got him is so good.
I know.
I don't think he enjoyed. I
elevation.
remember him being a little bit miserable his first appearance on the show. Not to throw shade at him, but whatever.
It's funny you should say throw, because he did throw a shoe at the wardrobe department. Go on.
That's right.
Or go ahead.
Okay. Riverdog continues to explore changing relationships, working together as a team. Max, Liz, Isabel, Michael, and Maria manage to escape from Atherton's dome before being caught by Topolsky. We're actually not caught. Well, they didn't notice it. Topolsky's following them. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Riverdog. Watch the episode. If you've seen it, you've watched it. So I have a few notes.
Yeah, me too.
On this whole thing, besides not knowing where the fuck in the lore of Roswell it took place. This is why 285 South, which I forgot. I just remember kidnapping you and the Jetta and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Aladdin's room. Please tell me that's where Aladdin's room happens. The hotel? That's 285 South.
Yeah.
That's not it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were in Aladdin's room, right?
I really hope so. Anyways, this is my Goonies episode. This is where, for the first time on set, with like the key in Atherton's dome that unlocked all this stuff, I went, holy shit. I'm in a real life, not real life. It's a TV show called Roswell.
Right.
But this is like my Goonie moment. Like trapdoor, don't, like, it felt.
Yeah.
This was very fucking exciting to me.
And Mary Ellen Trainor, who was in
Mary Ellen Trainor.
Yeah.
So I say clearly know nothing about 285 South because I don't know. Yeah, okay. Atherton's dome. Oh,
what's interesting?
I do have the duckest of butts.
Yeah.
This is the pinnacle of your duck butt.
Yeah,
you don't have your butt's not a duck.
Yeah, we have to keep always explaining that. People, we are not talking my actual butt. What I would have given to have a duck butt at that time. But my
hair is a duck butt.
Was the most butt thing on my body at the time, you know? I do remember the location of the dome being super cool. Walking through the property. They had like these horse stalls and all this stuff, and it was very cool. There was some sort of mention of Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yes.
Maybe like a protege or an actual Frank Lloyd Wright site. Not quite sure. So sorry about that, everyone. But we will find that out. I thought it would be in
We're not going to find that
episode guide.
We should find, if we were professionals, we would.
But no one came here for that. That location was super cool. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
And I remember very distinctly the rat. That was a big moment. That rat had to crawl on me. And that's tough.
Not the first one that's done it.
The first one that's paid, though.
But when we find the hole behind the poster to escape, I thought, oh, how very Shawshank.
So Shawshank.
And obviously we have William Bill Sadler on our show. And I just thought it was maybe, I was curious if that was a little homage. Or that's just the only way out of there or whatever else. But I felt like there was a little tickle and feel there. Is this the first appearance of that symbol? You know, the necklace that Isabel finds?
Yeah. So
I believe so.
This is going to be tough for everyone, okay?
Does that include me?
No, I had a lot of expectations. It's kind of like when the Harry Potter books came out.
Fuck.
And everyone, before there was a movie and Daniel Radcliffe had been cast and blah, blah, blah. You had the vision in your head of how things were going to look. I had, oh my God, my light. I had a vision of what this symbol... You just joke on the chicken. Please don't joke. I had a vision of what this symbol was going to look like.
You shouldn't say choking and chicken. Don't choke the chicken.
Oh, I thought it was...
that's a euphemism, right?
No, but it's also, listen, this is a total tangent, but there's a place in Miami called Chicken Kitchen because like Latins have a hard time between the two words. Strike that. Redact.
I'm not gonna.
Redact. Okay, don't
I'm
touch
not
it.
responding to
Don't
that.
touch it. Your
My
mouth
mouth
is
is full of chicken.
Okay. I had a vision for what the symbol was going to look like. I was, and I'm so sorry to say it, but in the moment, in my youth, at the time, disappointed by the symbol, by the swirls.
That is.
It's a big thing to lay out there. I'm so sorry. I love it now, but at the time, I distinctly remember.
Like it now.
I do.
Okay. That's good. Good clarification. Why
I'm fine with it now. I'm fine. I've accepted it.
You've accepted it.
I
That's
still
different
don't like
than
it.
loving it.
I still don't love it.
Okay. I didn't pay it. Yeah, I don't have a feeling one way or another. I know, because this was a big thing on BNT.
But were you reading the books?
No.
Okay.
But on BNT, don't interrupt me. Could you imagine?
May I? I may not.
May I? Yes, you can take a sip of that beer and you can respond to questions I ask.
And shut up.
No.
Yeah.
I just remember on BNT that was a big thing where the our markings, symbols. What the fuck did we call it?
Of course. The brandings, of course.
The brandings.
That's so super important.
Yeah, you were like that was, I just went, not touching this. You take it because it meant so much to you. Because there's
How
a story
would you have even
behind it.
touched it? What would you have done? Just the swirl. But the other way.
I was like,
I'm like, that's so clever. Oh my God.
No.
But yeah, of course, these things should be.
This tracks. This whole thing tracks.
I hope so. I hope every detail is accounted for in the world you build.
I agree with you. Are you speaking to me directly?
I was kind of more speaking to myself. Okay, then.
I have no. Well, Liz talks in her diary, and she says November 11th, all logic's gone. And my first response was, yeah, that's Majandre's diary. Same thing. All logic gone. And I was like, Liz is speaking for all of us.
Let me know when you're ready for me to read.
Oh, you can read. I mean.
Dear diary. By the way, I can't find it. Okay, here it is. I had a panic today where I could not find it. It was in the safe. Yeah, I'd put it in my safe. You know, because I have to evacuate this home.
You have a safe?
I mean, it's like a safe that you buy at like Costco. It's like.
What do you have in there? What's the combo?
1 for 3. 1 for 3. That's it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Totally.
Okay.
987654321.
Where
Liz
is
also
this?
shit talks Bob in this episode, and I was like, "Do not shit talk Bob."
What did she say?
Something like I don't know. That's all I wrote. But I guess as we're driving it, I don't know if it's roadworthy or something like that.
Wait, who's Bob?
The Jeep, fucker.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't ride the Jeep. You know, I've never been in the Jeep.
Wow.
I know.
Now you drive a Jeep.
Yeah, that's true.
And I said, speaking of driving, I actually drive quite naturally. I was proud of myself.
It's so funny that you write that. Oh my God. Okay, this is a note that I wrote. First of all, I have so many notes before that. Okay, so it's tough that we're already going forward. But I said, it's funny how you're white knuckling this drive.
Oh, me?
Listen. It's funny how you're white knuckling this drive, knowing that in real life, you were white knuckling being on your first show with these people that have been acting forever. Now, it sounds mean when I reread it.
So we disagree with the fact that, wow, what a...
No, Michael is supposed to be white knuckling the drive. Do you know what I mean?
I'm talking about the drive on the way back, I think.
Oh.
I don't, either way, I'm driving very nicely.
Our drive? I thought we were talking about Bob.
You know what? Let's move on. No one needs...
No, we need to go back because when you are driving, let me just say, when you're driving and I'm with you.
Well, you make me white knuckle everything, so yes.
So you weren't white knuckling that. You've never seemed more relaxed. You've never seemed more at ease and just comfortable. But I did write, I hated having to be a wee bit sweet on you. And it's true. It made me so uncomfortable. Not about you, just in general, like having to do scenes like that where you're like, you know, like flirty. So uncomfortable. You know?
I'm just going to pretend I'm frozen. Okay. Holy shit. What did I write here? Maryland Trainer, a weird but surprisingly interesting. And then I have I can't read the next word. What is this word?
Point to it. Which word? Interesting.
Weird but surprisingly interesting, and then interesting again.
I think so. Or
What
inheriting.
What a moron. This is the are we at your journal yet?
So here we go. Okay.
Oh.
This is so great. So I just want to say that before this, I refer to you as ketchup chips. Stop.
We know why. Does anyone know why? We know why.
Well, we know why, but I just feel like that's so
But did the fans know why?
dismissive. Will you tell?
I mean, 100% it's dismissive.
Yeah, it's so like shitty, you know?
But you know what?
I know. It's funny. You have a great spin on it that makes it like I did like you. I like that because you're right. Obviously, you know what I mean? Unless it's like I got.
So she knew I was
brainwashed.
Canadian. She being Majandra, the other person on this podcast.
Well, I didn't know that. You said I'm from Canada, and I said people live there.
And okay,
That was tough.
you
remember?
knew,
but I didn't know.
Because I told you. Whatever.
Yeah, because you told me. Yeah.
You had knowledge of after. It doesn't matter how you got the knowledge.
But it's just so sad how I did.
And I don't remember how you did it. Yeah, I told you, whatever. And anyways, so I was going to go back up to Canada on various occasions, and she would always ask me. We did not like each other at this point, but I'm I'm trying to get along, and I don't know what's going on and who wants to make enemies. And so she likes ketchup chips and reminded me constantly that she liked ketchup chips and they're unavailable and you need the Old Dutch ketchup chips.
But I didn't know that at all.
No, you didn't know that, but I did. And so when I went back to Canada, I would either bring her back or send her bags, or I don't think boxes. Boxes seems a little big, but I would send you ketchup chips.
Right. But in this case, that's like sort of a fast forward. But in this case, this schmuck that I'm
right here,
on occasion.
I can hear you. I have my headphones on.
Would tell that, you're from Canada? Oh, I love ketchup chips. I mean, truly, this was a time where you couldn't get these things.
And you still can't get them in the States.
Right, but then you couldn't like ship even if you try, And this guy comes back from his trip, which it's like not even on my radar. All I remember is you knocking on my trailer. I'm in there with Mary.
Yeah.
And you came in and just dumped like a couple bags on my like little vanity in the trailer. And, I had the like, ooga eyes. Like I just...
For the ketchup chips.
Yeah, for the ketchup chips, exactly. No, 100%. It was just so like you had come with gold,
I have fits of thoughtfulness.
Yeah, that was a fit. You had to bring them back and keep them alive.
I know. Who knew?
So what do? I reference like I talk about, old ketchup chips over here. You're still
Oh, KC
oh
Fehr.
fucking KC is on set today talking about Aerosmith. So this is my oh boy. Brendan, this is bad.
Do it. Do it.
But it's
oh fuck.
so good.
I mean, you know what? I'm here for it. I like myself. We can do this.
There's also some misspelled things that are tragic. Okay. I took, redact that, advice and did a practice non-kiss. In private, hard knock on the door. I mean business, aka no bullshit, buddy. Just like I had to with Harvey. Now let me just pause for a second. It sounds like I was doing this with Harvey Weinstein. The actor's name was Harley.
Yes.
But this was very weird. It wasn't mechanical. It's meant to be robot-y. That's the whole point. That was all in parentheses. This was bizarre, and he wasn't up to something. He wasn't tricky. This is my favorite part. She said he's real handsy, though. So at least that's dealt with. But I don't know what just happened. Gross. Then I go on here to list.
I don't know what happened.
I move on from this right away and just start creating my music video with like stars. Stars from the Universal opening, stars coming at you like After Dark in my Compaq, COMPAQ, a kind of computer at the time. I mean, Brendan.
Well,
gross. That's the bottom.
This is the episode you fall in love with me, I think.
This is the episode where I did the kiss. That was a big mistake. But wait, did you not hear? It wasn't mechanical.
Yeah.
That's where I like short circuited.
You short circuit. It's not mechanical, but you short circuit. Yeah. I was all over it.
They have a word for that now,
Yeah.
Grooming.
Moving on. We refer to each other as vibrators.
We sure do.
Which again knew the term, didn't know it was in this episode.
Knew the term.
Well, I knew,
like in life?
whenever I know the term. No, but I knew that, we had said it at some point, right? Like he's a real vibrator, she's a real vibrator type thing.
Uh-huh.
From in association with Roswell, but I didn't know it was this episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. God, that took me a long time.
I mean, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm not frozen.
They let shit sit.
Mm-hmm. Which is, makes sense.
What does that mean?
We took time.
Oh, no. This was the thing. In the janitor closet, you have, I think Max and Liz are in there.
No, it's Liz and Kyle.
Nick, right. Liz and Kyle. And I wrote, they let shit sit in terms of, they let moments pass. And that's just such a really tricky thing to do. And I noticed it because I'm obviously watching the episode, kind of analyzing it, but it was funny where I noticed it. Like, I didn't think it was a bad thing. I mean, we have this fight or had this fight or whatever all the time about Baron and Luca, and even about edits of this podcast and like the little video stuff of like how much you add, how much you sit, how fast you make it, fast pace and all that stuff. And I think, 25 years earlier, those things have kind of changed, but What's funny is I just, you don't see that in shows anymore. And maybe that's me being an old man, but I don't know, I kind of miss it when it's done well.
Right. I mean, I can tell that you love, to let it sit just by how long it took you to explain that. I wrote, what happened to random...
What? Bleep that word out. It was the C word. Because it was the C word.
I wrote, what happened to random rooms you could hide out in? A la... And now I wrote Labyrinth, but I meant a la Neverending Story. Remember when Bastian goes up to that attic? Did you watch Neverending Story as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that attic that he clearly was like hanging out in every day? We don't have these rooms at schools. We didn't. Did you?
Oh,
you did?
Not in school. No. So we moved, parents got divorced, whatever. My mom bought a house at 8. It's on the corner of, it's on Manson. 8 7 whatever.
Okay, well, don't dox your mom.
No, she's way gone from there. I still visit. But when we moved into that house, you had a garage, and then you had this space that, like, beyond it, where you had to go up like 2 stairs. It was full of cobwebs. It was all shit, but it looked like it could have been a workspace, but it wasn't very tall. And man, oh man, did I envision that as like the greatest kid space of all time. And I cleaned it up, and it was like under the house, even though it wasn't a sub floor basement. It was like a basement of the house, but it was still above ground. Because I grew up in below ground basements my whole life for the most part, which is the greatest thing.
I remember.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Go on.
So, that threw me.
Why are you taking it as like a snobby thing? Go ahead.
I'm not. Okay. So this was an above, and it was so, and I never quite got it to where I wanted it to. It just wasn't. But speaking of spaces, like that was a space where I was just like, and Goonies, right? Because this whole episode is about like their own, just this adventurous little, like your own space as a kid is so fucking important.
Yeah, and just
me.
Like
or a secret space, or
exactly.
Like a safe, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't want to say
an off-limits space, like an attic that's like not really. Now everything's like maximalized. Like turn the attic into this room or whatever. There's no like
it's all drywalled.
Space.
It's gonna be like used as something instead of like no one goes up here. This is where I go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how many like abandoned sheds and like barn stuff there is in the Northeast that is just the coolest thing, where it's like, this shed, like no one's coming in here and there's all these like weeds coming out of it and whatever. I find that to be just so magical.
It's so fun.
And imagine in a school where you can go into the eraser room and like no one's in there. That to me is just...
So I don't know if we're going to keep this.
Oh, boy.
When I was in high school.
Oh, is this going to have finger stuff?
Yeah, but not me. It is finger stuff.
I knew it.
Why? But you don't, what do you mean you knew it?
Isn't that wild, though? You can't take that away from me.
No, I can't. We didn't, like, I held hands and kissed in high. I
didn't think you did finger stuff.
No, but hold on. I'm going to tell you. I maybe felt a boob. I remember the first boobs I felt, actually.
But was it with your finger? Go ahead.
Yeah, it was with all
10
was with
my
fingers.
Dick. We're not keeping
wild.
Stephen,
could you imagine? That's the twist.
Yeah. No, of course not. Yeah.
No. we were like all my friends were pretty conservative. Like we didn't do a lot, right? There was you kissed and you held hands and you did this. Like again, I didn't lose my virginity until
Is this a quote?
no, but I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying, because till like way later there was not a lot of I didn't think there was a
I
lot of
didn't think you did
sexuality.
do any of this.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. I'm saying that, but then later on, so I had the most. I went to a Christian high school, and not everyone was Christian, and you had all your cliques and all this stuff, and there's, like kind of the I don't know how you call them, like the dirtbags and the jocks. Like it was pretty typical stuff, and I could kind of go around in each group, but we didn't do in my main group. We didn't do a lot of stuff, and years later, like I think I'm married. I find out that one of my friends and his girlfriend, who we thought were just holding hands, would go to the band room after hours and do, I mean, more than fingers,
Her
more
vagina would hold
than
his hand.
right. And I was just like, what? And we didn't know this the whole time. They would just, yeah, fucking jam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the band room.
Jam in the band.
Jam in the band, jam out with your clam out. Like it was crazy. And I was like, I
It's
was so
so
naive.
wild to me. And that like you do that and no, you don't think anyone's going to like, yeah.
I
A
mean,
different time.
good. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that because that's my kid. I'm like, you can't be doing that. That's
Yeah.
very interesting being a parent.
As long as everyone's
Why
consenting.
is Richard Schiff left turn hard left wearing a gun in his office? Like he's fully holstered in his office, which is wild in this episode.
The depiction of the FBI, period, is tough.
And I literally have speed of. I always thought he hated being on this show. That's one of
Yeah,
my notes.
I think so.
But Frakes, who's directing this episode, he's got Julie Benz, he's
Yeah.
got Richard Schiff, he's
Mm-hmm.
got Steve Heitner, who is great. I
Yeah.
always loved Heitner. He's got he's got Mary Ellen Trainor.
Yeah.
What a fucking great bunch of people to be playing with.
Yeah. No, I know.
Right?
Totally. I did write that when the sheriff goes to the UFO museum, it was very pre-Google vibes. He was like, "Is it true he's dead?" Like something that you just Google now. And he's like, "I don't know." Like it was just so interesting. And then when the break-in happened, I did say, was it maybe the dad needing insurance? He's suspiciously absent. It's just a thought.
Wow, really not following the plot of the whole thing of where the writers are leading us.
Season 4. Season 4.
Another one of my notes. We were all over it.
What?
No, wait, meaning ahead of it. We were all over it. We lost the plot. Oh, this was it.
Oh boy.
The show was the show. This is the thing that I think all good shows do is they set up things early for reveals later. So that photo of Atherton way earlier on when he's now dead, it's a callback to that. So like they were all over it in terms of having set that up
I
of the
see.
photo and doing that, which I wish I maybe in this whole rewatch we'll figure out whether that actually happens more. But man, that stuff is the cool stuff of television shows for viewers. I also wrote fucking hair is great. And then Michael in love, question mark. I think this is the episode that it happens.
that our characters fall in love?
Well, yeah, not me and you.
What?
So this is
No
episode
way.
7. This is episode 7, and Heat Wave is 9.
This is just attraction stuff for them. Oh my goodness.
When I say, okay, fall in love.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe that's...
Relax there.
Oh, jeez.
I did right here, going back, your hair is unhinged, but this is about you. But people wanted to lick your butt over it because of the tall, hot guy on TV credit immediately applied to all male actors.
Your notes are so different than mine.
Truer words. Truer words. And then I wrote, Eddie was handsome.
It wasn't unhinged. It was looking great.
I was on a real tear. Eddie was handsome, question mark? No way that was me. Who said that?
Yeah, you guys all thought Eddie was handsome.
And I wrote, no way that was me that said that. Okay.
Well, you don't know. You don't know.
Now, Nick Wexler in the eraser room. What a face. Face of an angel.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I wrote, Nick, gorgeous. Still stands.
And what do I get?
About your hair?
Well, just sure, whatever comments.
That was
Piece
it.
of shit. Unhinged.
You got gross so far.
I got gross in the diary.
Thus far.
All right.
Let's see where the notes take us.
This is going to be more of an insider thing. I have a note here. Michael is Jake Fehr.
Interesting.
And the reason I wrote that is because there's I've told Majandra, Jake Fehr is my father. I have told Majandra so it was a hard DNR. I've told Majandra several stories about my father. And without getting into that, which is not whatever, I would, but it's just a longer story. I say at one point, where do I say, never do that again? To you. Michael says that to Maria, and it's close to the, we do something together. Is it the kiss? It's something. And I immediately go, never do that again.
Well, you don't do that at the kiss.
No, but I say proactive.
What was the note before it?
Worst ADR yet, Michael Horse.
By the way, I wrote in here, ADR tragedy. Just in general, every time the ADR came up, I was like, what is happening? And that's no knock. It was the technology of the time.
So we do something where we share a moment, and I say, fuck, what is it?
Is it tender? You say never do that again, or is it mean?
No. We share a tender moment, and then I go, what would I say? Never do that again. And I say it to you, and it's this really, if which none of you do, if you know my father, it was a real where I went, oh,
it's like how you said it.
I think Michael shared in that experience, and then has to
pull back.
Has to pull back, and he does that. He does it in a way where obviously it's not like never do that again, right? It's more, but it's also not. But it's also not something else, and it's also not really tongue in cheek. Like never do that, don't do that again, right? There's not that playfulness. It's the Michael playfulness of he realized he was just vulnerable. And so he says, never do that again. And I went, oh, it just reminded me of good old Jake Fehr.
The old Jake Fehr. I love it.
Yeah. Anyways.
I just have a note here that says, Maria is chaos. Amy, acupuncture, self-care queen. Like Maria showing up and be like, so sorry, my mom's acupuncture appointment ran late. Like, what a boss. Just Amy getting her acupuncture. Single mother, but like putting herself first. And then it just says, oh shit, okay, this is the lead up. I don't know what happened after that. They get in the car.
We
They're
literally
heading to
watch
the
these,
reservation. I know, this afternoon, Brendan.
write notes, and then don't know what they mean.
This might be some sort of trauma.
Is she
Okay.
driving?
I pull up with my Jetta, and Maria pulls up with the Jetta, gives it to Liz. And Maria goes, I'm so sorry, my mom's acupuncture appointment ran late. And then Liz takes it.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. I say he trusts this girl too much with the pendant. Max. Is that Max trusting Isabel with the pendant? Like, he never let anyone go free reign, right? And like, she's got it.
I love referring to Isabel as this girl, this broad.
I've read him quick. I know. The whole thing's wild. Eddie also orders the Redskin basket.
So that was great. I did say I like the Native American like represent, because I was like, oh boy, when it started to be like about a reservation and that it's like spooky, it's like, oh dear, this is not great. And for the time, I like that he addressed, I'd like the Redskin basket for her to be like, I'm so sorry, we've been trying to change that because in that time and day, that is literally the oversights that would happen, having that
Agreed.
on the menu.
I have, these are tough edits.
That is, I wonder what it was about.
Bill's shit is underrated.
Yeah.
I write like I'm left-handed. Don't worry about it. It slants the other way.
That's a note in real time about you taking your notes.
It is. The handheld is crazy. They actually
what the fuck that's in reference to.
No, but the handheld?
Yeah, which part? When they're going through the cave?
I don't know which part, but all the handheld that stuff that's not on sticks and or on the dolly.
Yeah.
They really they didn't have we had
it's like it
Steadicam.
Didn't have the
We had Steadicam. So
right.
The handheld, but on purpose though, is surprisingly, compared to the stuff we watch today, is surprisingly crazy. We have the I Hate You ditto. We both say I hate you.
Yeah.
Which is a very Michael Maria thing in an episode where in my notes, I'd say they've started to fall in love, and then
maybe they start to, but
I'm just saying that's the beauty of the relationship,
right?
And Max creates light. That's apparently one of his powers.
May I just say?
You may.
Eddie, thank you. People start to notice that I really do wait. It's not a bit. She waits.
She's actually just slow, so I just
fill in the blanks for him to give her the go. Okay, Eddie leaves them. Okay, and he goes, freaking Eddie, right? And their instinct out in a field when they're afraid is to go into a cave. That was wild for me. That was a wild transition.
Mm-hmm.
2 teens. That's all I can say. That's the thinking of a teenager. And then I wrote, Topolsky can drink. Because she has finished a neat something or another. And they take her cup away and they put another full, neat, giant whiskey in front of her. And Sheriff Valenti is a Diet Coke girly. That's what I wrote.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. He's having a DC.
Is this our first kiss?
Yes, this is our first kiss.
This is our first kiss.
That's why that's what I read. Because isn't that when I did that? Knowing this kiss was coming? This was our first kiss, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It is.
That's why it is.
Also, by the way, didn't write this down, but very smacky. A lot of smacking sounds.
On our kiss?
Yeah.
It's my.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What is it? Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Okay, so we've broken this down. Maybe the best we've ever broken an episode. Well, yes, maybe the best we've ever broken an episode.
I have
down.
moved on to a different beer. Go ahead.
The pendant doesn't look old. It's got to be aged. What the fuck? That is shiny as fuck.
I wrote pendant. Brand new. Never-ending story snakes, ? Meaning, I think I wanted it to be like those snakes in Never-ending Story. You know, that like pendant that Atreyu wears?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, point is, it looked brand new.
We're on track with half of these.
I also don't want to poo-poo the prop person, like the designer. I know all of this had like it was meant to be this way, but it's just my own expectation at the time was more along the lines of the Never-ending Story. That's all.
What a disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
This episode has a lot of firsts. Like it does have a lot of, not firsts, but it's got a lot of it's got Frickin' Eddie, which is a thing. It's got our first kiss. It has please give me something more. If I'm making this whole point off of two things. It's got the dome. Well, that was the vibrator.
Mm-hmm.
It's got kind of the most quotable stuff out there, and it's a stellar cast.
Really is.
And speaking of cast and people involved in the show and everything's going on, we have a guest. And are we gonna walk through the episode with them? We never really know.
Our guest comes to us by way of my relationship with him.
So bad. He's number one in our books and probably number one in your books.
Yeah, our books.
Well, see,
is he number one in my diary?
You don't even know what that means. That's the best part.
What do you mean?
Just saying.
By the way, that was a perfect time to go. That's right.
The twinkle in his eye. Go ahead.
No, finish. I'm loving this. I'm on a ride and I'm excited. I'm buckled in.
The twinkle in his eye, I don't know if he's a baritone, the baritone in his voice.
Oh, wow.
The joy he brought onto the set each and every time. A sci-fi king, one of our all-time favorites.
It's so great to see you again.
The X-Files with Majandra Delfino
and Brendan Fehr is a production of Portholes Inc. Media.
Edited and mixed by Stephen Wells.
The music by Fred Corey.